Hey Pog, this is Kat. It is December 31st, 2025, New Year's Eve. You probably can hear it in my voice, I am under the weather. I just have some congestion and sinus issues, but I don't really have a cold or a flu that I can tell. It's just this icky blicky. It might be fibromyalgia flaring up again, I don't know. Anywho, wanted to come in and say, hey, I have a little bit of a message today, I guess. It's really just me making an observation. I got well, let me tell you the backstory. So recently, I'm on government benefits, and recently, because of the shutdown, everybody was cut off of, a whole bunch of people at least were cut off of some of their benefits. So I had SNAP benefits. And so, all of a sudden I'm cut off of food stamps. Like, wait a minute, what did I do? Did I miss an appointment? Did I, what happened? Well, I didn't really try to find out why. I just went ahead and got in touch with the agency and got another application in. And, the person I worked through, he was a navigator. His name was Craig. Y'all pray for Craig. Craig the navigator. It's my homeboy. Anyway, he said, excuse me, he said, this might take a minute. We're, in the holiday season, we have a lot of charitable organizations that have, food pantry items that, if you can get to a drop-off center, great. But if not, we can see about getting a pantry box sent to you. I said, no kidding. He said, yeah. He was like, hey, there's this one near you, and we have a direct connection to them, and they can send you this box. It's not a huge box, but it's enough for one person to last you until your food stamps get active again and everything. And he read to me the items that typically are found in, a food donation box. And I said, well, that's wonderful. Okay. It'll be shipped to me because I have mobility issues and it's easy to deal with. I don't have to do a whole lot of cooking because I have, issues with my appliances and with my utilities and yada, yada, yada. He laid all that out. I said, that's wonderful. Well, thank you. He said, okay, no problem. He said, we'll send out a request for that. And he got the approval. He said, okay, they're going to send it out at such and such on such and such a day. And it should take no more than probably about 4 days to get to you, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I get a notice in my email, the whole shebang. It's going to be shipped through a shipper. It doesn't cost me anything to ship. And, it's for free. And we're going to track it. We're going to send you an email, blah, blah, blah. I get the email. It's, they're using FedEx. Like, wow. Excuse me. And it was supposed to come here the same day that I had a doctor's appointment. And my doctor's appointments usually take forever. They take all day. And I said, wow, I'm going to miss this shipment. I'll see if my neighbor can look out for them and open the door to come upstairs. I live on the second level. There is no buzzer. You can't get in if you don't know somebody. And, I can't just release Anyway, he said, yeah, no problem. I'll do it. He's a wonderful person. He helps everybody out in the building. And he was like, yeah, I'll stick around. I'll look for them. And, I said, okay, I'm going to leave them a note in the tracking app, and let them know that you're going to be letting them in. Well, of course, the doctor appointment took all day long. I left at 10 something, almost 11. I got back, I think it was 6 o'clock that night. Literally. Okay. Took a long time. But it was a productive day for the most part. I get back, there's no, delivery. Not even in the lower level where you come in the building. And I said, wow, I wonder what happened. I talked to my neighbor. He said, oh, girl, I'm so sorry. I forgot I had a doctor's appointment the same day. I wasn't here. I said, oh, well, I thought they would at least leave it, but they left something in it was delivered through the postal service. Okay? Delivered through the postal service. The FedEx, I guess the lowest cost shipping option. They'll usually use it through, because it came from out of state. So, if you need the expedited service, you can pay for that. But, there's no reason why you have to, when they can just drop it off at the post office and the postal carrier will bring it to you. And they have access to the building, I'm thinking, wow, they could have, left it, right there in the lobby, and, it would have been okay. I've gotten packages like that before. But then I remembered when I actually went to get my mail, I saw the little flyer saying there was no, the USPS tried to deliver, but there was no safe place to leave this. I said, oh, it was Christmas time. I forgot. And there are so many stolen packages. They really amp up the security when they deliver packages during that time. So I didn't even think about that. I should have told the guy, no, let's not do it, because it's not going to make it here. But, I didn't want to refuse. Basically that was like a gift that I didn't have to have. But he offered it. So I said, okay, I would like to, thank you. Well, oh well, I said, you know what, if it was delivered here or not, I'm not going to worry about it. I said, they might be able to re-deliver it to me or not. I'm not going to worry about it. If they hold it at the post office, that's fine too. I could either try to get there or try to have it re-delivered, or, let them donate it to a shelter that needs some supplies, some place where they could use it. I didn't really make a big deal about it. And my neighbor was so, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I said, don't worry about that. That's not a big deal. It wasn't like medical supplies or anything. It was just, Well, anywho, that was, like I said, Christmas. This is New Year's Eve, okay? And yesterday afternoon, so December 30th, it wasn't Christmas, but it was like, a few days before, actually about a week before Christmas. And that's why, they said, oh, there's no safe place to leave this. Well, I thought to myself, don't worry about it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. No worries. And But here's, December 30th, yesterday. My neighbor, the one who said he was going to look out for the delivery truck, but he had to go to the doctor. He calls me. He said, "Hey, is this yours? This box in the lobby here?" I said, "What?" I hadn't been to the, mailbox because I was under the weather. I haven't gotten my mail. And he said, "There's this, it's not a big box, but, it's got some pantry items and, food items. And it's been here and it's open, but it's sitting here. It's just," I said, "It's what?" I said, "Okay, well, I'll come get it." He said, "No, you don't need to come get it. I know how difficult it is for you to get up and down the stairs." He said, "I'll bring it to you." I said, No, it's too heavy for you. He's an older man. I didn't want him to strain himself. He had, had some injuries. He said, "No, really, it's not a problem. Let me bring it to you." I said, "Well, thank you. I appreciate that." He brought it to me, put it right in my door, where my screen door is. Put it right in the screen door, knocked on my door. I said, "Wow." He said, "Be careful, it's kind of heavy." I said, "I didn't know it was going to be like this." And like I said, it wasn't a huge box, but it was bigger than I thought it was going to be. And I was shocked. I said, I was not expecting to see this ever. I thought it was just kind of lost. And I trusted God that he would make sure it got into the right people's hands. That, well, apparently the right people's hands are my hands. My hands are the right hands. And so it wasn't just a little Christmas holiday cheer or whatever. I don't even celebrate Christmas. I'm a Christian, but I'm not somebody that celebrates holidays. But this was, a little Christmas gift to me. And I think the most important thing I picked up about that sign, well, for one, Holy Spirit had been saying to me something about look for the sign, look for your sign. And I wasn't expecting this because it had been over a week, over 2 weeks at that point. And, but it showed up unannounced, opened up. I don't know if somebody took stuff from it. It doesn't matter at this point. It was shipped from Indiana and delayed at the post office. The holiday passed, and it wound up on my doorstep, right at my door. I consider that to be a sign, and I believe that one of the messages about this sign to me is, one is provision. God he is Jehovah Jireh, right? He is our supply. He fulfills all that we need. The other message to that is, and this has been a kind of a repeating thing, delay is not denial. Hear me again on that. Delay does not mean denial. It might not come when you think it's supposed to come, or even when they said it was supposed to come, or even when you were told it was supposed to come. But it came. It showed up. It was late, perhaps, but it showed up. And that's a message I wanted to give to you. That, we go through that whole, you got to get ready, you got to do this, and, we got New Year's resolutions, and we got to do this, we got to do that. and get ready, and yada, yada, blah. And please hear me. God says, I do believe God says to us, don't let go of the promise of the word. Don't let go of what God promised you. Don't let go. Don't give up on that. Don't cast down your faith. Hold on to the promise that he made. He's not a man that he should lie. If he said he gonna do something, you can guarantee he gonna do something. It's gonna happen. It might not happen when you thought it was gonna happen. And it could be your fault that it's delayed. It might be your fault. But God does not drop his promises to you. He don't forget a promise. He don't forget a word. So if it's delayed, don't give up on it. Though it tarry, wait for it. Okay? Happy New Year. I love y'all. Keep one another in prayer, okay? Let's keep one another in prayer. I love you very much. More than you know. And please pray for your girl. I don't know what this congestion, body aches, and I think it's fibro. It could be something else along with it. I don't know. But I covet your prayers. I appreciate you. And so we're going to end out 2025 today. Hopefully you get to a night watch service, or you have a wonderful night's sleep. Maybe you watch the little shows on TV and have some ginger ale or something and have a wonderful night. And welcome in the new year with the Lord. Anywho, I'll see you guys next year. Till we get together again next year, Pog. Suit up.